ॐ गं गणेशाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्। नित्योत्सवैर्भवत्येषां नित्यं नित्यं च मङ्गलं। येषां हृदस्थो भगवान् मङ्गलाय तनोहरिं नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ पृथ्वी त्वया धृता लोका देवी त्वं विष्णुना धृताः त्वां चाधार्यमां देवीं पवित्रं कुरुक्षासनं वामे गुरुभ्यो नमः। दक्षिणे गणेशाय नमः ऊर्ध्वा ब्राह्मणे नमः। Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Om hasta prakshalanam samarpayami Shri Govindaय नमः। Drink water now. Om Keshavāya नमः स्वाहा। Om Madhavāya नमः स्वाहा। Om Narayanaय नमः स्वाहा। हस्तप्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि श्री गोविंदाय नमः। Left hand. ओम वाङ्मयास्यस्तु ओम नसो मे प्राणोऽस्तु ओम अक्ष्णुर्मे चक्षुरस्तु ओम कर्ण्योर्मे श्रोत्रमस्तु ओम बाहुर्मे बलमस्तु ओम उर्वो मे ओजवस्तु ओम अरिष्ठानि मे अङ्गानि तनुस्तनवा मे सह सन्तु। आदित्या वसवो रुद्राः विश्वे देवा मरुद्रः तिलकान्ते प्रयच्छन्ति धर्मकामार्थसिद्धये। आदित्या वसवो रुद्राः विश्वे देवा मरुद्गणाः तिलकान्ते प्रयच्छन्ति धर्मकामार्थ सिद्धयेत्। चन्दनस्तु लक्ष्मी वसत्तु सर्वदा। Light the diyas now. Om Shubham Bhavatu Kalyanam Ayurarogya Dhanasampada Shatrubuddhi Vinashaya Deepajyotir Namostute। Deepajyotir Parabrahma Deepajyotir Janadhanam दीपो मे हरतो पापो दीप ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। शुभम भवतु कल्याण भवतु मंगलम भवतु दीपस्वरूपिणे नमः। अतः संकल्पम Now we chant the Sankalpa. We're now starting the pujas. These are the preliminary pujas, and after we do purification, we chant the Sankalpa, which is a resolution, asking the Lord to allow us to focus our mind, our speech, our actions, everything on prayers. Puja is only completed when we are fully focused and connected to the divine. Today is a very special day for Hindus across the world. Today is Kartik Purnima, or popularly known as Tirat back in the West Indies. It is the last day of the Chaturmas of the 4 holy months of the Hindus, which comes to an end. Today, of course, on the month of Kartik, a month dedicated to Lord Narayana, and on this auspicious day we pray that may the cleansing of the body, may we take a dip in the water, may we take a dip in the stream of knowledge, may we take a dip into the stream of devotion and cleanse at all times with that. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Om Shri Hari Vishnu Hari Vishnu Hari Vishnu Nama Paramatmane Shri Mahapurana Purushottamaya Shri Parameshwaragyaya Adya Brahmane Dvite Paradhe Shri Shvedvaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatmanavantare Ashtavinshati Tame Kalyuge Kalipatham Charne Jambu Dvipe Utremarka Khande Kanada Deshe Brahmtan Nagare Bhavani Shankar Mandare Aryavratam Taragatam Brahmavrate Kadese Vikram Shake Baudhavatare Varthamani Yathanam Samvatsare Shri Shubha Samvat 2081 Shri Kala Yukta Namabdah Samvatsare Kartik Mase Shukla Pakshe Brihaspati Vasare Purnima Tathauyam Bharani Nachatraha Varigyogaha Bhavakarang Ravi Dakshnayane Evam Guna Visheshana Vishishtayam Shubha Punya Dine Sakala Sruti Smriti Pauranuktaha Phalapraptikamam Amuknam Yajmanasya. Everybody call their right names. Sapparivarnam Dheyasya Amuk Sarmaham Varmaham Mamatmana Saputrabandavasya Sri Ganapati Bhagavan Pujanam Kalasthapana Varun Devata Navagraha Prathanam Surya Chandrama Mangala Buddh Guru Sukra Shani Rahu Ketu Devata Pujanam Shri Mahaganga Divye Murti Shorashupchar Snanam Jatubhyam Satyanarayan Bhagavan Murti Pujanam Sarvadevi Devata Namaskaram Sankirtanam Maratikyam Satyanarayana Vratkatha Pujanam Purvakam Nairujya Dirgha Ayuhu Pushti Dhanadhanyah Smridhyatam Navagraha Makena Yache Iti Sankalpam Bole Ganpati Bhagavan ki jai. Ataha swasti vachanam. Everybody should come a little closer if you can. At some point we'll do pujas and you can offer petals to Lord Ganesha and Prasad to Lord Ganesha and so on. So if you want to, you can come a little closer. Now we chant the Swasti Vachan. Swasti means auspiciousness. We ask that Bhagavan bless us with auspicious energies before we start the puja. Om Swasti na Indro Vridhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti na Sthariksho Arishthanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Vaya Pritavyam Vaya Oshadhisho Payo Divyantarikshe Payo Dhaha Payaswati Pradisha Santu Mahyam Om Vishnu Raratmasi Vishnu Snaptreshto Vishnu Surasi Vishnu Drovasi Vaishnavamasi Vaishnavetava Om Agnir Devata Vatu Devata Suryo Devata Chandrama Devata Vaso Devata Rudra Devata Aditya Devata Marto Devata Vishwe Deva Devata Brihaspatir Devata Indro Devata Varno Devata Om Dhyauhu Shanti Rantarikshagam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Aushadayah Shanti Vanaspate Shantir Vishwe Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redhisu Shantir Bhavatu ॐ विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि परासुवा यद्भद्रं तन्नासुवा इमा रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिनेक्ष यद्विराय प्रभरामहे मति यथा शमस द्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे यस्मिन्ननातुरम् एतन्ते देवा सवितर्यज्ञं प्राहुर्बृहस्पतये ब्रह्मणे तेन यज्ञमवतेन यज्ञपतिं तेन मामवम् ॐ मनो ज्योतिर्जुषितान्माजस्या बृहस्पतिर्यज्ञमिमं तनोत्वरिष्ठाग्वं यज्ञग्वं समिमं दधातु विश्वे देवा सैहमादयन्तामोग्वं प्रतिष्ठा एष वै प्रतिष्ठानाम यज्ञो यत्रैतेन यज्ञेन यजन्ति सर्वमेवा प्रतिष्ठितं भवतिम् ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे प्रियाणां त्वा प्रियपतिगं हवामहे निधिनां त्वा निधिपतिगं हवामहे वसो मम अहं जानी गर्वधमा त्वं जासि गर्वधम् ॐ नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो घृत्सेभ्यो घृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमः ॐ सुमुखश्चैकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकालम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूम्रकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षो भालचन्द्रो गजाननं द्वादशैतानि नामानि यापते चुनियादपे विद्यारम्भे विवाहे च प्रवेशे निर्गमे तथा संग्रामे संकटश्चैव विघ्नस्तस्य न जायते ॐ शुक्लां भरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवर्णं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये इति स्वस्ति वचनम् ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। Pratna to Bhagwan Ganesha, first puja to be done, always to Bhagwan Ganesha, seeking his guidance and blessings on everybody. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gajananam Bhutganadisevitam Kapittajambu Phalcharu Bhakshanam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Vighneshwara Pada Pankajam Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Dhyanam Samarpayami Namaha Gum. That was the invocation, thinking about the Lord, welcoming him now. Avahanam Samarpayami Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Danti Prachodayat. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Avahanam Samarpayami Namaham. Offering him a seat in our heart. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Asanam Samarpayami Namahagum. Washing his feet. Padhayoho Padhayami Namahagum. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Arghyo Arghayami Namah. His hands. Mukhyachmanyam samarpayami namaha. Water to drink. Sarvangi snanam jalam samarpayami. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Paya pritavyam paya oshadhisho payo divyantarikshe payodhaha payaswati pradita payasnanam samarpayami. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Mahaganapataye Namaha. Sarvange Jalam Snanam Jatubhyam Namaha. यज्ञोपविधिधारयामि नमः गं नवाभिसन्तु वित्युक्तं त्रिगुणं देवतामयम् उपवीतं चोत्तर्यं गृहाण परमेश्वरः ॐ गं गणपतये नमः यज्ञोपवीतं गन्धं धारयामि नमः चन्दनस्तु महत्पुण्यं पवित्रं पापनाशनम् आपदां हरते नित्यं लक्ष्मी वसतु सर्वदा ॐ गं गणपतये नमः सुगन्धं गन्धं धारयामि नमः कुङ्कुमं कामनादिव्यं कामना कामसम्भवा कुङ्कुमेनाचिते देवा तथा शान्तिं प्रयक्ष मे अक्षतां तुभ्यम् अक्षताश्चासुरा सृष्टा कुङ्कुमुक्ता सुशोभिता मया निवेदिता भक्त्या गृहाण परमेश्वरः दूर्वं च तुभ्यं कान्दात् कान्दात् प्रारुहन्ति पुरुषा पुरुषस्परि एवानो दुर्वे प्रतनो सहस्रेण सतेन च दूर्वं च तुभ्यं नमो बिल्विने च कवचने च नमो वर्मणे च वर्थने च नमो श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च श्रीबिल्वपत्रं च तुभ्यं पुष्पं समर्पयामि यत्पुरुषं यदधु कतिधाय कल्पयं मुखं किमस्यां पादा उच्येते पुष्पं समर्पयामि अर्चनं च तुभ्यं नमः अर्चना. With each name we offer our love to Bhagwan Ganesha. If anybody wants to do archana as well, you can sneak in and do that. Om Sumukhaye Namaha, Om Ekadantaye Namaha, Om Kapilaye Namaha, Om Gajakarnakaye Namaha, Om Lambodaraye Namaha, Om Vikataye Namaha, Om Vignanashaye Namaha, Om Vinayakaye Namaha, Om Dhumraketave Namaha, Om Ganadhyakshaye Namaha, Om Bhalachandraye Namaha, Om Gajananaye Namaha, Om Vakratundaye Namaha, Om Shurpakarnaye Namaha, Om Herambaye Namaha, Om Skandapurvajaye Namaha, Om Siddhilambodar Ganapate Mahaganapataye Namaha, Om Archanam Jatubhyam Namaha, Om Dhupamagrapayami Namaha. ब्राह्मणोस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यकृतः पुरोतदस्वयद्वैषां पद्भ्यागं शुद्रोऽजायतः धूपमाघ्रापयामि नमः दीपं दर्शयामि चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुः सूर्योऽजायत श्रोत्राद्वायुश्च प्राणश्च मुखादग्निः प्रजायतः धूपदीपनिवारणाय नमः Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Prasadam. Naivedhayo Naivedhayami Namah. If anybody has a fruit or prasad to offer, you can come inside and do it after the shruta is finished. Om Abhyasidantariksha Shishno Dhyo Samavardhatham Padhyam Bhumirdishaha Shotra Tatha Loka Makalpayam Pranaya Swaha Panaya Swaha Vyanaya Swaha Udanaya Swaha Samanaya Swaha Naivedhyam Samarpayami Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Gam Ganapataye Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Maha. एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी माथे पर तिलक सोहे मूस की सवारी पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा लदवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा. बोलो जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पितामह। अंधे को आँख देख कोरियन को काया, बांझन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। भव से पार करो नाथ भजन करो तेरा, लदवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा। बोलो जय गणेश जय गणेश। माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव, जो तेरा ध्यान करे ज्ञान मिले उसको। छोर तुझे और भला जाऊं मैं किसको। हे देवा कृपा करो, लदवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा। बोलो जय गणेश जय गणेश। जय गणेश देवा। माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा, माता जाकी पार्वती। नैवेद्यमाचमन्यं समर्पयामि, ताम्बूलफलं समर्पयामि। नमः गं दक्षिणां हिरण्यगर्भा समवर्तथाग्रे, भूतस्य जाता पतिरेक आसीत्। सदाधारप्रतविन्ध्यामुते मां, कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेमं। कर्पूरनीराजनं ज्योतिः। ॐ कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं, संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं। सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे, भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। प्रार्थना। The Lord Ganesha we bow, and he is called Vigneshwar, the one who through our knowledge, through when one possesses the power of knowledge, it is not to elevate us from and make us egoistic. It is to make us humble. A humble person is always someone who has been inspired, who has learned, and who shares that knowledge with everyone else. Ma Saraswati, her color generally is white, and that means the purpose of knowledge is to purify us, to let our minds be pure. And when our minds are pure, of course, then everything else follows. To Lord Ganesha we bow today and seek his blessings, and may he continue to remove all impediments from our path. Om Gajananam Bhutganadisevitam, Kapitta Jambu Phalcharu Bhakshanam, Umasutam Shoka Vinashakarakam, Namami Vigneshwar Pada Pankajam. Pranamya Shirsa Devam Gauriputram Vinayakam, Bhaktavasam Smare Nityam Ayuh Kamartha Siddhaye. Om Bhadram Karnebhihi Sunuyama Devaha. Chant boys. Bhadram Pashemakshambhi Yajatraha, Tirairange Stushtvagam Sastinobihi Yashema Devahitam Yadayuh. Swastina Indro Vriddhashravaham, Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha, Swastina Sthariksho Arishthanemihi, Swastino Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Nam Namaste Ganapataye. Tvameva Pratyaksham Dattvamase. Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi. Tvameva Kevalam Dhartasi. Tvameva Kevalam Hartasi. Tvameva Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmasi. Tvam Sakshadatmasi Nityam Vritam Vachmi Satyam Vachmi. अवत्वमाम अवभक्तारम अवश्रोतारम अवधातारम अवधातारम अवानुचानोमशिष्यम अवपश्चातात अवपुरस्तात अवाचोतरातात अवदक्षिणातात अवचोढ्वातात अवाधरातात सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममय त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तश्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयैलेमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वम् अवस्थयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारास्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मका त्वं योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मस्त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वरों गणाधीं पूर्वमुच्चार्य तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वार परतरः हरदेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तमनुष्यरूपं गकारः पूर्वरूपं मकारो मध्यमरूपं अनुस्वार्यश्चान्द्यरूपं विन्धुरुत्तररूपं नादः सन्धानां संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्यां गणकऋषिः निचिद्गायत्री छन्दः श्रीमहागणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमं कुशधारणं हृदं च वरदं हस्ते बिभ्राणामूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तावाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः पूजितं भक्तानुकाम्पिनं देहं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च शिष्टारो प्रकृतिपुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायन्ति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिना वर ॐ नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेऽस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमः। बोले गणपति भगवान की जय, विघ्नेश्वर भगवान की जय। अनेन पूजनेन श्री गणपति देवता प्रियंतां नमः। Kalash, no? The Kalash Puja is done to invoke all the Devi and the Devatas, but more so to give thanks to nature, to creation, all the elements, the entire creation that we enjoy, and all the elements in our body. We cannot go internally and physically thank them, but today in our puja, we express gratitude to everything that has allowed us to live on this planet. Om Kalasasya Mukhe Vishnu Kanthe Rudra Samasritan Mule Tasya Sate Brahma Madhe Matri Ganasmritaha Kukchautu Sagara Sarva Sapta Deepa Vasundharam Rigvedo Thayajurvedo Samavedo Yatharvanam Angescha Sahita Sarve Kalasam Tu Samasrita Om Varunaye Namaha Dhyanam Samarpayami Namaha Jambakaya Vidmahe Pashahastaya Dhimahi Tanno Varuna Prachodayat Avahanam Samarpayami Namaha Asanam Samarpayami Namaha. Water 4 times. Om Padhayo Padhayami Namaha Arghayo Arghayami Namaha Mukhyachmanyam Samarpayami Namaha Sarvangi Snanam Jalam Samarpayami Namaha Om Varunaya Namaha Panchamrita Mahasnanam Namahagam Shuddhodak Snanam Chatubhyam Namahagam Om Varunaye Namaha Yagyo Vavitam Manasto Ketanaye Mano Ayasho Mano Gosho Mano Ashveshwari Rishaha Mano Virana Rudrabhamino Vadidha Vishmanta Sada Vitva Havamahe Timindak Kalse Gome Sparsham Kuryataham Om Mahavarnaye Namaha Sugandha Chandanam Chatubhyam Namahagam Kumkumam Kamanadibhyam Kamana Kamasambhava नाचिते देवा तथा शान्तिं प्रयक्षमेः ॐ धान्यमसि धीनुहि देवान प्राणायत्वा दानायत्वा व्यानायत्वा दीर्घामनु प्रसिद्धिमायुषिधां देववा सविता हिरण्यपानि प्रतिगृह्णां त्वच्चिन्द्रेण पानिनां चक्षुषी त्वां महिनां पयोसीति मन्त्रेण धान्यराशिं कृत्वा कान्दात् प्रारुहन्ति पुरुषा पुरुषस्परि एवानो धुर्वे प्रतनो सहस्रेण सटेन च नमो बिल्वने च गवचने च नमो वर्मणे च वर्धने च नमो श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च मम वरुणाय नमः पाम्पतये नमः गन्धमक्षतां पुष्पं समर्पयामि अर्चनं च तुभ्यं नमः। Take petals now. We do archana to Bhagwan Varun. Archana is acknowledging some of the names of any of the devatas. And as we call these names, just like we say anything, it has an impact physically and emotionally on us and the surroundings as well. So we call these names of Lord Varuna and allow the strength of each name to bless us. Om Vam Varunaya Namaha. Om Vam Prachetase Namaha. Om Vam Pataye Namaha. Om Vam Namaha. 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 Nana Viripalamalapa. Namaha Pushpam Samarpayami. Namaha Vam Varunaya Namaha. Dhupamagrapayami Namaha. Om Brahmanosya Mukhamasit Bahurajanyapita Rodanasvayadvesham Padbhyagam Sudro Vajayata Dhupadipanivarayanaya Namaha. If anybody has a fruit as well you want to offer to Bhagwan Varuna, please come up and do so. Om Dhupadipanivarayanaya Namaha. Vam Varunaya Namaha. Om Pranaya Swaha Panaya Swaha Vyanaya Swaha Udanaya Swaha Samanaya Swaha. Prasad. Naivedhayami Namahagam Nabhyasidantarikshavam Shishnodhyo Samavartatha Padbhyam Bhumirdishaha Shrutraha Tatha Lokamakalpayam Naivedhayami Namahagam. Om Vam Varunaya Nama Achmanyam Tambul Phalam Chatubhyam Samarpayami Ya Fali Nirya Phala Pushpa Yasya Pushpinim Brihaspati Prasutasthanumunchantogam Hasa Tambul Phalam Dakshnam Jadubhyam Hiranyagarbha Samavartathagre Bhutasya Jatam Patireka Asit Sadadhara Pritavindhyamuttemam Tasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhemam Tambul Phalam Dakshnam Karpura Nirajanam Karali Garbhadi Sambhutam Karpuram Javradepitam Aratikyamaham Kurve Pashyame Vardo Bhavam Karpura Nirajanam Jyoti. Om Vam Varunaya Namaha Pampataye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaya Namaha. Place your hands on the coconut. This is drawing the strength of the divine, seeking the blessings. May we become as strong as the ocean, physically and emotionally. Om Devadanava Sambade Matyamano Mahodado Utpano Satada Kumbho Vidhrito Vishnuna Swayam Tvato Ye Sarvatirthani Deva Sarve Tvaititam Tvaitishtanti Bhutani Tvai Prana Pratishtita Shiva Swayam Tvamevasi Vishnustum Cha Prajapatim Aditya Vasavo Rudra Vishve Deva Sapaitrika Sanidhyam Kurume Deva Prasanno Bhava Sarvada. Om Namo Namaste Sphatika Prabhaya Suseptaharaya Sumangalaya Supasahasta Dasasanaya Jaladhinathaya Namo Namaste Jaladhinataya Namo Namaste. Bole Varun Bhagavan ki Jai. Anena Pujanena Sri Varuna Devata Priyantam Namamaha. Now we'll offer prayers to the grahas. Everybody here, I'm sure, have heard about the Navagraha. If not, you have experienced it in some way. Typically in the West Indian community, no, every community, most people would hear about Navagraha when you have a sickness and somebody tell you have bad graha. Anybody got bad graha? Somebody tell you have bad graha. It means that, you got to do something. You got some black dal, black cloth, and gold coins and things like that. And you got to go do some kind of things. Those things are good. There's nothing wrong with them. But we do not belong to a religion where in order to get rid of something, you have to bribe God with something. It doesn't work like that. Pujas are rituals. They are meant to connect you through things, offer flowers, and milk and so on. They're very, very meaningful. But we only know Navagraha when, something goes wrong. Anyways, what is the purpose of the grahas, the planets? We are living on a planet, and we are surrounded by planets. Which means that as they move, we're going to be impacted naturally. You stand by a car and the car engine is running, you're going to smell some smoke. If it's not an electronic car, you're going to smell some smoke, you're going to feel some heat. You're not doing anything. So naturally, when you live on this planet, you live among planets, you're going to be impacted. So what we're going to do is we have to prepare for that. If it's raining, you take an umbrella, you wear a raincoat. If it's snowing, you wear a jacket, and so on. So how do we arm ourselves against the negative energies of the grahas? You have to pray. Just like if you exercise and you eat properly and so on, you will not fall as, you got too much of flu and things like that naturally. So if you pray, you do certain sadhanas and do certain connections with God, grahas will not touch you. When we do the Shiva Sahasranam, among the 1,008 names of Lord Shiva, he's called Om Grahaye Namaha, which means he's the guru of the grahas. Om Grahapataye Namaha. Those who pray to Bhagwan Shivji, he is the guru of all the grahas. Whatever graha we have, Rahu, Ketu, Shanu, Surya, Mangal, everything, he cures you from them. So it's a beautiful science that we have in our dharma. And when we do Satyanarayan Katha, we must always chant some prayers to Navagraha. To all of you who are here today, whether you have graha or not, let us offer this prayer and ask that may you at least see brighter days if you are not doing so right now. Om Asya Sri Navagraha Devibhyo Namaha. Om Satye Narajasam Vartamano Niveshayannamritam Martyancha Hiranyayena Savitarathena Devo Yati Bhuvanani Pashyan Sri Suryaya Namaha. Imam Deva Sapatnagam Suvadhvang Mahate Kshatraya Mahate Jeshthaya Mahate Janaraja Indriyaya Imamamushya Putramasye Vishaeshavo Miraja Somosmakam Brahmananagam Siraja Shri Chandramase Namaham. Om Agnirmedha Deva Kukutpatim Pratabhya Ayam Apagvam Retagvam Sijinvati Shri Mangalaya Bhaumaya Namaham. Om Udbudniswa Yagni Pratijagrihi Tvamishta Pute Sagam Srijita Mayam Cha Asmin Sadhaste Yadhyuttarasmin Vishwe Deva Yajmanasya Sidhata. Om Bumbudhaya Namaham. Om Brahaspate Yatiyadaryo Varhadimadvibhati Kritamajjaneshu Yadi Dayacha Vasaritu Prajatam Tadasmasu Dravinam Dehi Chitrama. Om Bring Brahaspataye Namaham. Anat Parisuto Rasam Brahmana Vyashivajatram Vaya Somam Prajapatim ऋतेन सत्यमिन्द्रियं विपानगं शुक्रमन्धसा ऐन्द्रसिन्ध्रियमिधुपयोमृतं मधु श्रीशुक्राय नमः। शन्नो देवीरविष्टया आपो भवन्तु पीतये शम्योरविश्रवन्तु नाम संसनिश्चराय नमः। कयानश्चित्र आभुवा दूती सदा वृता सखा कया सचिष्ठया वृतः राङ्ग्रहवे नमः। केतुं कृण्वन्न केतवे पेशो मर्यापेशसि समुशब्धिर्जायतं कालकिङ्केतवे नमः। ब्रह्मा मुरारी श्रीपुरान्तकारी भानो शशिभूमिसुतो बुधश्च गुरुश शुक्र शनिराहुकेतव सर्वे ग्रह शान्तिकरा भवन्तु। गणाधिपोरकष्ट शशिधरासुतो बुद्धो गुरुभाग्योऽसो जनन्दन राहुश्च केतुश्च परनवग्रह कुर्वन्तु वा पूर्णमनोरथं सदा। प्रेम से बोलो श्री नवग्रह देवता की जय। आदिदेवता प्रत्यतिदेवता सहिताय श्री नवग्रह देवेभ्यो नमः। गौरी पद्मा सची मेधा सावित्री विजया जया देवसेना स्वधा स्वाहा मातरो लोकमातरा इष्टिपुष्टि तथा तुष्टिरात्मना कुलदेवता गणेशस्याम्बिका गौरी स्थमात्रियशोदसः। All right, we'll go to Gangama Abhishekam now. The first part of the ceremony is usually all the bathing ceremonies and so on. Then we'll have some satsang and katha and so on and engage everybody. So we're going to go now. The Shrotas and I are going to go up to Ma Ganga and do the Abhishekam ceremony. Everybody can stand and come closer and observe the bathing ceremony. And then we'll go over to Satyanarayan Bhagwan and do his snanam there as well. Thank you. We do Durga Ma Puja first. It's Friday, so Bole Durga Mata ki Jai. Adi Shakti Jagadambika Mata ki Jai. We'll just do up to the bathing, then we'll go over to Gangama and bathe her as well. Ask her anytime, whenever you're ready. Done? Let the Shrutas come up, Asha come up. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. जयंती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। जय त्वं देवी चामुंडे जय भूतारतिहारिणी जय सर्वगते देवी कालरात्रि नमोस्तुते। अस्य श्री दुर्गा दिव्यै नमः। जगदम्बिका माता प्रियन्तां नमः। ध्यानं समर्पयामि नमः। आवाहनं समर्पयामि नमः। आसनं समर्पयामि नमः। पादयोपाधयामि नमः। Wash your feet now. Om Padhayopadhayami Namaha. Om Arghayo Arghayami Namaha. Om Mukhyachmanyam Samarpayami Namaha. सर्वांगे स्नानं जलं समर्पयामि नमः गुं ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः पञ्चामृतमहास्नानं जतुभ्यं समर्पयामि ॐ श्री जगदम्बिकाये नमः पञ्चामृतमहास्नानं जतुभ्यं समर्पयामि नमः गुं ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः पंचाम गंगे च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वतीं नर्मदा सिंधु कावेरी जलयस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरुं गंगा च क्षिप्रा यमुना सरस्वती
सन्नः परषदति दुर्गाणि विश्व आवितुन्दं दुरताद्यग्निः प्रसादतीं कर्मफलेषु दुषितां दुर्गां देवीगं शरणम् अहं प्रपद्ये सुतरसे नमः अग्नि त्वं पार्णानभ्यो अस्मान् स्वस्तिभिरिति दुर्गाणि विश्वा पूष्ट पृथिवी बहुलान् उर्वी भवातोकायतनयाय संयोः विश्वाणी नो दुर्गः जातवेदः सिन्नुं ननावा दुरितातिपर्षि अग्नि अद्रुवन्मनसा गृणानोऽस्माकं भूतविता तनूनां प्रतिना जगतं सहमानमुग्रं परमासरस्तात् सनः परशतति दुर्गाणि विश्वक्षामद्धेवो अतिरुदुरतात्यग्निः प्रत्नोष्मि कमिद्यो अज्वरे च सना च होता नव्यव्यसत्से स्वांचा आग्नेयतनुविं पिप्रस्व सोभगमाय जस्व गोभिरजुष्टमय जो निषिक्तं तवेन्द्रो विष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नाः कश्च प्रश्नमविसंवसानो वैष्णवी लोकहिममातयन्तां कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात् ॐ कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात् प्रवक्ष्यामि कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रमुत्तमं येन मन्त्रप्रभावेन चन्दीजापः शुभो भवेत् न कवचं नर्गला स्तोत्रं कीलकं न हरस्यकं न सुक्तं नापि ध्यानं च न न्यासो न च वर्चनं कुञ्जिकापातमात्रेण दुर्गापातफलं लभेत् अधिगुह्यतरं देवी देवानामपि दुर्लभं गोपनीयं प्रयत्येन स्वयं निर्वपार्वती माहणं मोहनं वश्य संवणो जातिनादिकं पातमात्रेण संसिद्धयेत् कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रमुत्तमम् अथ मन्त्रः ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चे ॐ ग्लौं हुं ग्लीं जुंसः ज्वालय ज्वालय ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चे ज्वल हं सं लं शं पत् स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिण्ये नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनि नमः केतपहारिण्ये नमस्ते महिषार्दिनि नमस्ते शुम्भहन्त्रेशानुशुम्भासुरगार्दिनि जागृतं हे महादेवी जपं सिद्धिं कुरुष्व मे ऐंकारी सुष्ठुरूपारे ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्रींकारी कामरूपिण्ये बीजरूपे नमोऽस्तुते चामुण्डचण्डिका जीता येकारी वरदायिनी विचेता भैरा नित्यं नमस्ते मन्त्ररूपिणी धाम धीं धूम दुर्जते पत्नीं वां वीं वूं वागिरेश्वरी क्रां क्रीं क्रूंकारिका देवी शां शीं शूं मे शुभं कुरु हुं 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 कामरूपिण्ये जं 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 परादिनी ब्रां ब्रीं ब्रूं भैवरी भद्रे भवान्ये ते नमो नमः ॐ अं कं चं तं तं पं यं शं विं धूं ऐं ह्रीं हं शं दजाग्रहं त्रोते त्रोते दीप्तं कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पां पीं पुं पार्वती पूर्णं कां कीं कुं केचरी तथा सां सीं सुं सप्तश्री दिव्या मन्त्रसिद्धिं कुरुष्व मे इरं तु कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रं मन्दजागार्तहेतवे अभक्त्यै नैव ताडव्यं गोपितं रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुञ्जकया देवी हीना सप्तपदी पतेत् न तस्य जायते सिद्धिरन्ये रोदनं दधा इति श्रीरुद्रयामले गौरीतन्त्रे शिवपार्वती संवारे कुञ्जिकास्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम् समर्पयामि। दुर्गाय नमः। समवर्तताग्रे भूतस्य जाता पतिरेकासे सदाधार पृथिवीं यामतेम कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम। दुर्गे रक्षण्ये नमः। ॐ ह्रीं धूं दुर्गे दुर्गे रक्षण्ये नमः। ॐ ह्रीं जय जय 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 दुर्गे दुर्गे रक्षण्ये नमः।
जय जय माँ जय माँ 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 जय जय माँ जय जय माँ ओ जय माँ। सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। शरणागत दीनार्थ परित्राण परायणे सर्वस्यार्थ रहे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जयकारा शेरा वालिदा बोल साचार्य दरबार की जय। बोले गंगा माता की जय। We need a thali with a lot of flowers. Om. All the Shrodas, please take a little flowers and stand in front of Ma Ganga. Day for the divine bath and the presence of Ma Ganga, so we seek her blessings on everybody. Om Mahagange cha vidmahe Bhagiratye cha dhimahi Tanno Gange prachodayat Ganga tarangaramaniya jata kalavam Gauri nirantar vibhushit vamabhagam Narayana priyamanangamadapaharam Varanasi purpatim bhajveshwanatam maha Bole Ganga Mata ki jai. Dhyanamavahayami asanam samarpayami namaha.
हेममालिनीं हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः लक्ष्मीमर्पगामिणीं यस्यां हृन्दं प्रभूतो घावो धासो स्वान् विन्देयं पुरुषानहं यः शुचिः प्रयतो भूत्वा जुह्या आदाजवन्वहं सूक्तं पञ्चदर्शतं श्रीकामा सततं जपेत् पद्मसंभवे अश्वदायी गौधायी धनधानी महाधने धनं मे जुषतां देवी सर्वकामाश्च देहि मे पुत्रपौत्र धनं धान्यं हस्तस्वादिगवीरकं प्रदानं भवती माता आयुष्मन्तं करोतु मां धनमग्निर्धनं वायुर्धनं सूर्यो धनं वसो धनमिन्द्रो बृहस्पतिर्वरुणं धनमस्मिनो तेन तेन सोमं पीबतु वित्रः सोमं धनस्य सोमिनो मह्यं ददातु सोमिनः न क्रोधो न तमात्सर्यं न लोभो न स्वामतिः भवन्ति कृतपुण्यानां भक्तानां श्रीसूक्तं जपेत् श्रीधनिरये करोदहस्ते धवलतरां सुगन्धमाल्यशोभे भगवति हरिवल्लभे मनोगे त्रिभुवनभूतिकरी प्रसिद्धमह्यं विष्णुपत्नीं समां देवीं माधवीं माधवप्रियां विष्णुः प्रियसखीं देवीं नमाम्याच्युतवल्लभां महालक्ष्म्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् पद्मानये पद्मिनी पद्मपत्रे पद्मप्रिये पद्मदलायताक्षी विश्वप्रिये विश्वमनोकुले त्वत्पादपद्मं मही सन्निधत्स्व आनन्दकर्दमः श्रीधः चिक्लित इव विश्रुतः ऋषय श्रियः पुत्राश्च श्रीदेवी देवतास्य श्रीर्वच्चश्च मायुश्च मारोग्यं माविधात् पवमानं महीयते धनं धान्यं पशुं बहुपुत्रलाभं तत्संवत्सरं दीर्घमायुः ऋणरोगादिदारिद्र्यं पापछूदपमृत्यवः भयशोकमनस्तापा नश्यन्तु मम सर्वदा।
While everybody will continue to go over there to Bhaganga, we will start the Satyanarayan Bhagwan Puja as well. Panditjis will bring flowers and give everyone. Sorry, the Shrotas. So please continue to go over there for Gangama. When you finish, you'll come over here. Today is Purnima, which is a full moon, as we all know in the West Indies. And when it is full moon, we do Satyanarayan Bhagwan Puja. In fact, his puja is done any day. So we give thanks and praise to Bhagwan Satyanarayan on this very special day of Kartik Purnima, on this very special Purnima, the last month of the Chaturmas, the Hindu calendar, and we seek his blessings on everyone. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Narayanaya Vidmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishnu प्रचोदयात् ध्याये सत्यं गुणातीतं गुणत्रये समन्वितं लोकनाथं त्रिलोकेशं कौस्तुभाभरणं हरिं नीलवर्णं पीतवस्त्रं श्रीमत्सपथभूषितं गोविन्दं गोकुलानन्दं ब्रह्माधैरपि पूजयेत् श्री सत्यनारायणे नमः ध्यानं समर्पयामि नमः गं आवाहनं समर्पयामि नमः गं आसनं समर्पयामि नमः गं ॐ नमो नारायणाय Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya.
सहस्रशीर्ष
शीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा अत्यतिष्ठादशाङ्गुलम् पुरुषैरेदवं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् उदावृतस्वशानः यजन्येनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमा ततो जायस्य पूषः पादोऽस्य विश्वभूतानि त्रिमादस्यामितं धिवि कृपाहुर्द्वा उदे पुरुषः पादोऽस्यः भवत् पुनः ततो विश्वं विक्रामत् शासनानशनेयति तस्मा विराज जायता विराजो अधिपुरुषः तज्जातो अच्छरिच्यता पश्चात् भूमिमतो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतं वदा वसन्तो अस्य श्रीधाग्यं ग्रीष्मयेद्वा शरब्धवे सप्तास्यासन् परिदयः तथा सप्तासमिधः कृताः देवा यज्ञपं तन्मानाः वन्दनं पुरुषं पशुं तं यज्ञं वर्षि प्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयाजन्त स्याद्यार्षयस्त्वये तस्माद् सर्वभूतः सम्प्रतं प्रसदायं पशूंसां शक्ये वायव्यान आर्ण्या ग्राम्याश्रये तस्माद् सर्वभूतः ऋषः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागुंसि जज्ञिरे तस्मादश्वाजायन्त एकेशो भयादरः गावो जज्ञिरे तस्मात् जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषं व्यक्तिलोकसिदा विकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य को बाहु पादा उच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यकृतः गुरुतरस्य यद्वेषः पद्यागुं शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुः सूर्यो अजायत मुखारण्यश्च अग्निश्च प्राणाद्वारिरजायत नाभ्यास्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शीर्षो द्योः समवर्तः पद्भ्यां भूरिदृशः श्रोतानागोकामकल्पयन् वेदामहेतां पुरुषान् महान्तं आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्वारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वा विविधन्यधास्ते धाता पुरस्तादुमुजाजहार शक्रप्रविद्वान् प्रदिशस्ततस्रः तमेवं वृद्धामृत य भवति नान्यपन्था अयुनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्ते देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमन्यासन देहनामं महिमानः स्वतन्त्रयज्ञपूरे साध्या शान्तिदेवाः भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीरं कर्वावहे तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तुमान् विद्विषावहे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सहस्रशीर्षं देवं विश्वासं विश्वशम्भुवं विश्वं नारायणं देवम् अक्षरं परमं परं विश्वतः परमानित्यं विश्वं नारायणं हरिं विश्वमेवेदं पुरुषस्त्वदृष्टमुपजीवति पतिं विश्वस्यात्मेश्वरगुं शाश्वतगुं शिवमच्युतं नारायणं महागेयं विश्वात्मानं परायणं नारायणः परो ज्योति आत्मा नारायणः परः नारायण परं ब्रह्म तत्त्वं नारायणं परः नारायणं परो ध्यानं नारायणं परः यच्च किञ्चित् जगत्सर्वा दृश्यते श्रूयतेऽपि वा अन्तर्बहिस्तत्सर्वा व्याप्य नारायणस्ततः अनन्तमव्ययं कविकुं समुद्रेतं विश्वशम्भुवं पद्मकोशप्रतीकाशवं हृदयं चाप्यधोमुखम् अधोनिष्ट्यावशस्यान्ते नाभ्यामुपरितिष्ठति ज्वालमालाकुलं भाति विश्वस्यायतनं महत् सन्ततगुं शिलाभिस्तुल्यं मध्याकोशसन्निभं तस्यान्ते सशुरगुं सूक्ष्मं तस्मिन् सर्वप्रतिष्ठितं तस्य मध्ये महनिरीक्षका तस्य मध्ये वह्निर्विश्वाचिर्विश्वतो मुखः सुभ्रभुग्वी भजन्तिष्ठनाहार मज्जरः कविः तीर्यघोर्यामदिश्यायी रश्मयस्तस्य सन्तता सन्तापयति स्वं देहमापादलमस्तकः तस्य मध्ये वर्णिष्क अनीयोर्ध्या विवस्थितः नीलतो यन्मध्यस्वद्युल्लेखे वभासुर नीवारशुकवतन्वी पीतावास्युनुपमा तस्याः शिखाय मध्ये परमात्मा व्यवस्थितः स ब्रह्मा स शिवः स हरिः सेन्द्रः सूक्षहरः परमास्वरात् कृतवं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् उर्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्
ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि
तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्
ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्
ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तयेत् यस्य स्फिरद्भक्ताद्य पारिषद्यापरशतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेन तमाश्रये व्यासं वसिष्ठनक्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः अविकाराय शुद्धाय नित्याय परमात्मने सदैकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे सर्वजिष्णवे ॐ ऋषिर्नाम्नां सहस्रस्य वेदव्यासो महान् ऋषिः छन्दो अनुष्टुप् तथा देवो भगवान् देवकीसुत अमृतां सुद्भवो बीजं शक्तिर्देवकी नन्दन त्रिशामारिदयतस्य शान्त्यर्थे विनियुज्यते ॐ विष्णुं जिष्णुं महाविष्णुं प्रभविष्णुं महेश्वरम् अनेकरूपदैत्यान्तं नमामि पुरुषोत्तमम् अस्य श्रीविष्णोर्दिव्यसहस्रनामस्तोत्रमहामन्त्रस्य श्रीवेदव्यासो भगवान् ऋषिः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्रीमहाविष्णु परमात्मा श्रीमन्नारायणो देवता अमृतां सुद्भवो भानुरितिबीजं देवकी नन्दन षष्ठेति शक्तिः उद्भव क्षोमणो देव इति परमो मन्त्रः शङ्खवृन्नन्दकी चक्रीति कीलकं सारङ्गधन्वा गदाधरे इति अस्त्रं रथाङ्गपाणिरक्षोभ्य इति नेत्रं त्रिशामसामगत्सामेति कवचम् आनन्दं परब्रह्मेति योनिः ऋतुसुदर्शनकाल इति दिग्बन्धः श्रीविश्वरूप इति ध्यानं श्रीमहाविष्णुप्रीत्यर्थे सहस्रनामजपे विनियोगः ध्यानं क्षीरोदन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविरसत्सैकते मौक्तिकान मालाक्लुप्तासनस्थस्फटिकमणिवैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरदभ्रैः उपरि विरचितैः मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीन पुनीया हरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्द भूपादौ यस्य नाभ्य सुरनरखगो भोगि गन्धर्वदैत्यैः चित्रं रम्यते तं त्रिभुवनवपुषं विष्णुनीशं नमामि ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविद्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं अभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं मेघश्यामं पीतकौशेयवासं
All right, all those who have finished offering, please have a seat. While we're going to start some satsang now, some singing and so on. All those who have finished, have a seat, and the rest can continue to come. Bole Satyanarayan Swami ki jai. Can we have the children on the stage, and whoever wants to sing, they can sing a bhajan or two in the meantime. Bole Sri Satyanarayan Swami ki jai. I guess all of them are downstairs rehearsing, so we'll continue this satsang. सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय। नारायण भगवान की जय। नारायण नारायण। Somebody, whose son is that? He needs to sit down. Yeah. नारायण नारायण जय जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोविंद हरे।
नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे।
गोविंद हरे जय जय गोपाल हरे। गोविंद हरे जय जय
गोपाल हरे।
बोलो गोविंद हरे जय जय गोपाल हरे। गोविंद हरे जय जय
गोपाल हरे।
नारायण नारायण जय जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे। गोविंद हरे जय जय गोपाल हरे। गोविंद हरे जय जय गोपाल हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे। नारायण नारायण जय जय गोपाल हरे। गोविंद हरे जय जय गोपाल हरे। गोविंद हरे जय जय गोपाल हरे। नारायण 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 नारायण। ओ नारायण हरे जय जय नारायण हरे। नारायण हरे जय जय नारायण हरे। ओ जय जय नारायण हरे जय जय नारायण हरे। ओ जय जय नारायण हरे। बोले सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय सीताराम everybody. For those of you who have been following us for the last few days, we performed the Satyanarayan Katha. You know, when we were in the unit, and it is Kartik Purnima, we used to do 5 days of Satyanarayan Katha. And each day we had 3 Bedi, and they all 3 used to be filled. People used to sit down and listen to Satyanarayan Katha 5 days. And over the time, you know, it got to lesser and lesser. But I think there is still a desire to listen to Bhagwan Satyanarayan Katha. This week is the last week of what we call Chaturmas for the Hindus. As Hindus, we have to understand that, the year does not start on January 1st and ends December 31st. For us, it's a little bit more scientific and more meaningful than that. Chaturmas are the 4 most holy months of the Hindus. Start on Guru Purnima, which is Shravan, and it ends on Kartik Purnima. So we have been on this speed since beginning of July to now. And we have not recovered as yet, because it is, when you live the temple life, the year finishes very quick, because there is always something happening and something to do. So during these 4 months, a lot of things happen. In the month of July, we have Guru Purnima happening, we have Naga Panchami happening, we have Tulsidas Jayanti happening. Then in August, we have Krishna Janmashtami. September, we have Shraddha. Then we have Diwali and so on. And then now we have Kartik Purnima. All these holy events happen in these 4 months of the Hindus. And for that reason, it is called Chaturmas. Today, it comes to an end on Kartik Purnima. What is Purnima? Purna means the full. Purna means the full. Purnima means the full moon. And why do we do Satyanarayan Katha on the full moon? Because as it is said, Satyanarayana, the Lord or the God of truth, is worshipped on this day. It does not in any way mean that all the gods, all the other devatas are telling lies. This one here is very special in a way. Just like the moon is full, Purnima, and he is Satyanarayana, such is what we call the truth. I think you have seen movies. I've never heard it in the court, because I only went one time to the court physically to hear something, but I see it in the movies when they raise their hands in the court and they say, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I never heard them saying, I swear to tell some of the truth, half of the truth, and nothing but some of the truth. There is no such thing as half-truth. What is half-truth? Sometimes they can tell you half a truth and half a lie. What is half-truth and half-lie? Right? There can only be the truth. The truth is full. Satyanarayana is worshipped on full moon, many other days, and on the full moon, because the moon represents truthfulness. And thus it tells us that what we worship, what we associate it with, we become. From childhood, all of you know, most of you from the West Indies, Satyanarayan Puja has been part of our lives. On Wednesday, we read the first adhyay, which tells us about the definition of Satyanarayan Puja, what it means, how it should be done, what should be offered. The second chapter we read, it was regarding Shatanand, the poor man. He was a Brahmana, he was very poor. And God does not want us to beg. We are not made to beg. We are made to give. We are made to uphold. We are made to raise people. We are not made to beg. And so there was an old man by the name of Shatanand. He used to beg. The Lord took a form of an older Brahman and came and advised him. He says, stop begging and pray more. Stop begging and pray more. But pray with faith. Pray with faith. I'll tell it again. Pray with faith. Meaning, when you offer the apple to Bhagwanji, whoever you decide to, the faith has to be there that the Lord is going to eat the apple. The Lord is going to eat the apple. That's the amount of faith you have. And when you put it there, he's going to eat it. You may think that he's not going to eat it, but he does. So what happens here is that if that faith is not present, what will happen? Then what you're doing is not meaningful, right? What you're doing is not meaningful. And I always like to use my life experience. Many times we talk to the children here, and I like to give them some jokes and so on, because if you don't do that, they'll feel bored. If you tell them Gita all the time, They get bored with that stuff. So one day they were sitting here and they're saying, Panditji, so when you sit and you pray to God, does Bhagwan, do you hear anything? I say, yes, he tells me everything. He tells me everything. He talks to me. So one day I was telling them some stories here, I'm not saying it was made up. I'm just saying I'm telling them some stories. And there's an old gentleman at the back. And I can see him, he folds his hands and he's watching me like this. And I know exactly what he's thinking. So afterwards he says, Pandit Hardat, I have a question for you. I said, I know exactly what you want to ask me. So I said, ask me in any case. He says, how can God talk to you? How can God talk to you? So he was an older gentleman in his 80s. I said, Uncle, forgive me, I'm not going to insult you. But you're a Hindu of over 80 years now. You're praying every day and you don't believe God can talk to you? He said, no, never. God can never speak to me. That is the problem we have. That is the problem we have. We don't have the faith that Bhagwan, now whether God talks to people or not, it doesn't matter. We don't have the faith that Bhagwan can speak to you. We don't have we're looking for the Lord's lips to physically open and talk to us like a human being. But we don't have the faith that when you cry in front of Bhagwan, when you speak to him, we don't have the faith that he can actually speak back to us. And because of that, it becomes a big problem in our lives. It becomes a big problem when we don't have that faith. In the second chapter of the Satyanarayan Katha, it tells us that Shatanan was told to pray. He's a beggar. But pray with faith. Pray with a lot of faith. And he left his begging, he prayed, the Lord improved his life. The third chapter we read last night was the famous sadhu, the merchant. The merchant, he went and he saw Raja Ulkamuk performing the puja of Lord Satyanarayan, a king. And he says, King, why are you praying? You have everything, soldiers, armies, command, everything you have. And Ulkamuk says, no, you have it wrong. That you don't pray to God only when you want something. You pray to God every single day because we have to be thankful. Prayer is not only asking God for something, prayer is acknowledging what Bhagwan has blessed us with as well. So he made a promise, the merchant said, I want a child as well, and when I get that child, I'll do Satyanarayan Puja. And to summarize last night, the God blessed him with a child. He says, when the child is going to get married, I'm going to do the Satyanarayan Puja. So the wedding was happening. He says, he told his wife, what are you worried about? We already have the child. So no need for all this pujas and thing. Here again, we try to treat God the way we treat people. We think that we can fool God. Because you can fool people, we can make a fool of God. And the Lord says, no, no, no. That doesn't happen with me. I am not one of your people that you can fool. And so Bhagwan taught him a lesson. And you know the lesson last night. His wealth was taken away from him. His family was taken away from him. And one day when his daughter was going to beg because they did not have anything, she saw the puja being done to Satyanarayan Bhagwan. She felt so elevated and she spoke to her mother about it. Her mother then fulfilled that promise and prayed. And then things got back on their feet. The merchant was freed from the prison and then he got back his life. That was last night Katha, chapter 3 of the Satyanarayan Katha. There are 5 chapters. Long ago they used to read this thing late in the night and so on, but we don't have that amount of faith and devotion these days, so we try to summarize it for you. Tonight we'll finish the last 2 chapters. It doesn't take long, and we'll talk about the ability to learn from your lessons. The 4th chapter talks about the same man, the merchant last night, who was forgiven. He made promises he didn't fulfill, but he was forgiven. Now what happens? He got a brand new life. He got his family back. He has everything back. And one day, he and his son-in-law, they stack up their boat with all sorts of merchandise. They bought with all sorts of merchandise. And what's going to happen? The Lord is going to test their faith now. Have you learned a lesson? जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी, नैया पार करेंगे सभी की, नैया पार करेंगे सभी की। जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी, जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी। सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण, सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण, सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण, सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण। जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी, जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी। नैया पार करेंगे सभी की, नैया पार करेंगे सभी की। जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी, जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी। यात्रां तु कृतवान् साधुर्मङ्गलायान पूर्वकं, ब्राह्मणोभ्यो धनं दत्त्वा तधातु नगरं ययो, कियत्तदूरे गतो साधु सत्यनारायण प्रभु। विज्ञासं कृतवान् साधु किमस्ति तव नो स्थितम्। जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी, जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी। नैया पार करेंगे सभी की, नैया पार करेंगे सभी की। जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी, जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी। सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण, 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 सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण। There is a saying in life that we must learn from our mistakes. And what that simply means is that if you made a mistake, you learn from it, but you don't make such mistakes back again knowingly. What does it mean, learn from your mistakes? I hope you believe in that, because this story here in the 4th chapter of the Satyanarayan Katha, the same man, the sadhu, who promised God and didn't fulfill his promise, now goes on an adventure. His boat is stacked up with merchandise now, and the Lord wants to know, has this man really learned? Has he learned anything in life? Has he learned from his lessons? So one day, as he and his son-in-law now went out on a journey, the book tells us that he was very intoxicated with pride, the merchant. You know, look at that. God had to come back and give me everything and this and that and the other. So the Lord wanted to test his faith, and the Lord does test our faith. So Bhagwan appeared in the form of an old priest, like a Brahmin priest, you know. And the Lord was coming with a little lota in his hand and a stick. You know, his back is bent. The merchant saw him from a long distance. I know these days when you see a pandit, what happens? Oh boy, he's coming to beg for some donation. He's got to build his temple. He got fence to make. He got Shivji to put up. He got big lingam coming outside there. So we gotta look busy, you know. So he saw the pandit coming, and then the pandit says, "Jai Sri Ram." He said, "Jai Sri Ram." Pandit says, "Your boat looks very heavy. Like, you know, it's the boat is heavy. It goes down in the water. What is in your boat?" Now he knows that if he tells the Panditji that he has merchandise and riches in the boat, he might have to give him some to go build his 51-foot Shivji. So what does he do? He said to the Panditji, "Lata patradikam chaiva kartate taramo mama nishturam cha vacha shrutva satyam bhavatu te vachah." So knowing that he wants to escape from giving the man anything, he says, my boat, oh, there's nothing in it. It's filled with rotten fruits and lata pata. It's filled with, my boat is filled with shrubs and leaves and all the rotten things. The Panditji raises up his hands and says, "Oh, acha beta, so be it." He raises up his hand and says, "So be it." Has everyone ever asked you how things? And things are good in life, and you say, "Man, things bad." Must try it. If the Panditji raised up here and said, "So be it," what do you think will happen? Things will really become bad. If things are good in life, celebrate life. If things are bad in life, celebrate life. Look, you got somebody here who is celebrating life. She's invited all of you to celebrate life. Right? Many people in her position will probably, beg for all sorts of, sorrows and all these things that we beg for these days. She's celebrating life. Things are good, say things are good. Things are bad, whatever it is. But what he does now, he says, "Are, my boat is filled with latta pata." The book says, "Latta patradikam chaiva," leaves and shrub. The man says, "So be it." And every wealth that he had in his boat disappeared. It disappeared. It becomes leaves and shrubs. Sometimes the Lord has a very rough, a very not so nice way of reminding us in life who everything belong to. Our wealth, our health, our things that we have. He reminds us everything belongs to him. And when the hermit went away, the Panditji went away, the ascetic went away, when he looked at the boat and it was filled with leaves and creepers, and he fell on the ground and he started to cry, "What wrong have I done to deserve this? What wrong?" The son-in-law then looked at him and he says, "Why do you indulge in sorrow? We have been cursed by that ascetic." Well, we have not been cursed by that ascetic. We just tell the man a big lie. And so what happened, my friends? This story goes on to tell us how they had to actually recover from their losses. Every one of us in life will have losses. Every single person in life will have losses. Family losses, who here has not lost a family member? Material losses, who here has not lost investment, wealth, riches? Who has not lost their peace of mind? Whatever we have lost in life, we have lost. And whatever we are losing in life, we are losing. We should never, ever lose Bhagwan. Because when we have lost God, then is when we have lost every single thing in this life. That is the essence of the 4th chapter of the Satyanarayan Katha. Of course, they had to go pray and beg, and the Lord, of course, is very gentle. Kabhi komal hata prabhu ka, kabhi bhojal hata prabhu ka. The Lord's hands are very gentle and very stern sometimes, and he reminds us of that. In the 5th adhyay, in the last chapter of the Satyanarayan Vrat Katha, as we're preparing the beautiful darshan of Bhagwan Sri Satyanarayan and Ma Ganga, the Katha reminds us of a king by the name of Tungadhwaj. Ananya sampravakshagmi shrudhvam munisattamam asi Tungadhwajo raja prajapalan tatparah prasadam satyadevasya yat kritva dukhamapasaha ekadasa vanam gatvam hatva bahuvidhan pashun. There was once a king by the name of Tungadhwaj. Suji Maharaj, who is narrating this story, he says, I will narrate now. There was a king by the name of Tungadhwaj. He was devoted to his subjects and his welfare. And renouncing the Prasad of God, he was afflicted with misery. You know what Prasad is? When you bring an apple from the market, and of course you gotta wash it and things, you take out the stem and so, you know how it is, right? Don't bring it in the plastic bag and put it just like that. You prepare it nicely as you will be eating it, because that is Shraddha, that is faith. So when you wash it nicely, and the minute you pass your door and come in, it's an apple. It's called an apple. Hindi, they call it save. The minute you take that and you hold it in your hand, that's an apple. But the minute you place it at the feet of God, it becomes Prasad. Prasad is not what you offer to God. Prasad is what Bhagwan offers to you. It's not what you offer to God is Prasad. What you offer to God is banana and mahambog and an apple and kheer. But when the sight of the Lord, when the Lord glimpses at your offerings, it becomes Prasad. That becomes a very blessed thing. That becomes when the Lord glimpses at it, when you place it at you don't even have to say mantra. The minute you place that in front of the Bhagwan, then it becomes Prasad. It becomes a nourishing ingredient to your body. Becomes a nourishing ingredient to your body, right? But anyway, you gotta eat the right amount and so on. What happens now? There was this king called Tungadhwaj. This Katha tells us, one day he came under a tree, and Bhagwan, the worship of the Lord was happening by a milkman. Bhagwan Satyanarayan is accessible to the kings, to the beggars, to the milkman, to the merchant. He's accessible to everybody. But out of pride, the king neither went to the place of worship, he didn't go under the banyan tree, and neither did he take the prasad from the poor man, because he thought he was a king, right? When you come to a temple or when you go to a place of worship, the first thing that people do is they walk and kiss everybody they know. You know that? Walk and kiss and hug everybody they know. And if they have time, they'll say, Prabhu, how are you? If they have time, they'll bow to God. But the first thing you do is walk and kiss everybody and spread your germs. I'm telling you how it is. You go to a puja, people come in, kiss, because you feel if you don't kiss and hug everybody, they don't want to like you. That's the rule. They won't like you. So you got to hug and kiss everybody first, and if there is time, Bhagwan Ram Ram. Right? That is so wrong. That is so wrong. He did not, the book says he did not bow to the murti. There are some people, we have a habit. Back in Guyana, we used to do these things here as well. Like when you're driving on the road and you pass a temple, the older people, they would bow to that temple. Even in a car, they will bow to it, right? Imagine you go to New York and you drive on the street in Queens. You got this all the time. You have to be like this all the time because every 5 feet is a temple. Yeah? Every in New York, you know that every block, so you got there all the time. Maybe it's a good thing to go there and live. You bow all the time, right? So that's the respect they had for Bhagwanji. So he did not bow to the Bhagwanji, and the prasad that was offered to him, he did not take the prasad as well, because he think that the prasad is being given to him by a poor man. By a poor man. So what am I going to do? I am a king. I don't accept that. Many of you who are on social media, I'm a bit of a social media buff. I like to put things there to try to inspire people. A few days ago, I went to India, as you know, and I went to a beautiful ashram in Haridwar. I went to Haridwar for 1 day. Flew from Chennai. I took a whole day to fly. And then I spent 1 day in Haridwar. I had to go do some temple stuff. But how can you go to Haridwar and not go to Ma Ganga? How can you go to Haridwar and not go to Shivji, take his blessings? How can you go to Haridwar and not feed the pandits, the saints? And how can you go to Haridwar and not feed the children? It's a beautiful, a sacred place. Haridwar is Mukti Dwar, is Ganga Dwar, is Haridwar, is the doorway to Hari. That's what it means, the doorway to Hari. So me in my own way, I did all of that and a lot more in 1 day, and I had time for shopping too. So anyways, so I went to this beautiful orphanage of girls. This orphanage, I first went to this orphanage in 2011 when I went to India. It's called, anybody know what it's called? I posted all on my social media. Anyways, but we've been supporting it quite some time. You know what happens in this orphanage? When they have girl children, certain families have girl children, this thing still happens, right? They have girl children. From the time the child is born, they take a baby and they carry it to the ashram gate and they get away. They put the baby in a little bucket or a basket or a bowl or something at the door and they run away. Sometimes they take the baby and abandon it at the bank of the Ganga. The dogs, you know what the dogs do? The dogs would see the baby and they eat food and they share it with the children. Right? Babies, girls. The ashram has 60 girls. From age 4 to 15. 15 was the oldest I saw. And since then, instead of doing Kanya Puja here and give money and gifts to 9 girls in Canada who has TVs and rooms for themselves, right? Nothing is wrong with that. We take the money and we send it to those girls. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. Anyways, so I went there, and on behalf of the temple, I called in advance and I said, I would like to sponsor lunch tomorrow for the girls. And they were very happy. It doesn't take a lot to sponsor lunch. And so we sponsor lunch, and they say, Panditji, you going to eat with them as well? I said, yes, of course. These are little girls, and the environment is very humble. It's not fancy. They need a lot of painting on the walls and everything. But it's a very blessed, pure vegetarian food, by the way. The girls in the same compound, they have the education for them. They have a temple to pray. And they have, 5 of them sleep in one room. 5 girls sleep in one room. They don't have air conditioning. They don't have heat. So when you go there and you buy lunch for them. So when I went, they prepared 3 curries, dal, rice, and kheer, which is fine with me. So I ask on a regular day, what do they eat when somebody don't sponsor the lunch? What do they eat on a regular day? Panditji, they eat rice, curry, that's it. 1 curry and rice for a meal. You see how privileged we are and our children are in this country? And in this country here and many others, you put a nice, nutritious served meal in front of a kid, half of it goes in the garbage. Half of it goes in the garbage. Many of you are shaking your head. You know what I'm talking about. And there are children, this is not made up stuff, you know. This is the real thing, who eat one curry and rice, chawal and one curry a day for one meal. So they had a feast. On behalf of the temple, we sponsored a lunch, and I fed all of them and things. They were very thankful. They sing songs, they sang praises, and so on. So afterwards, I was very emotional being there. You hear about these things, but you know. So afterwards, they fed, they were all happy. They made some drawings for me and things, you know, Ganesha, whatever they did and so on. So very good. So afterwards, they said, Panditji, will you eat? And I felt so terrible because, you know, here's children who don't have food to eat, and I'm going to eat their food now. But they were all filled and they were extras. So I sat down, and the environment under normal circumstances, many of you wouldn't eat. I'm telling you this. Because Abi people, we fancy, we clean, you know, we can't eat in plastic plate and so. We need special things to eat. Under normal circumstances, you would not eat there, I'm telling you that. Because you could start questioning who cooked the food and all this kind of stuff. That's fine. I sat there and I ate very, very simple food without onion and garlic, cooked with those children. It was very sumptuous, very simple, very beautiful food. That's a learning lesson for all. At the end of it all, I sat with the coordinator, a girl named Mamta. She coordinates the whole thing. She's been there from the very beginning, 20-something years now. I said, Mamta, I'm interested in helping this ashram. I'm interested in helping this ashram. My daughters, you know, founded an organization to help girls in Guyana with university education. But Guyana don't need money anymore. They must send money for ABDs now. You understand? They get free university education, so her work in Guyana is done. People send money for ABDs here now. I got to figure out how to get my Guyana passport because I can get 100,000. You know what I'm saying? So work there is done now. I told Bhumika, your charity has to go elsewhere. So I asked, for 1 year, how much would it take to sponsor a girl for everything, one girl for everything for 1 year? Can you guess how much it is to sponsor one girl for 1 year, 3 meals a day, clothing, education, and everything that they need? You know how much? 37,000 rupees, which is 666 Canadian dollars for 1 year. I made a pledge for 2025. Our community will fully furnish that orphanage for 60 girls. If I go to 60 friends, right? Poor people, people like me, who don't get money, and I says, I need $666 from you, 60 people, I know we will get it. I know we will get it. Because who here picnin, who children here eat one curry and little rice for a meal every day? You know they don't drink milk every day? And they're in the developing stages. They have 60 girls there. So Monday, one set of girls has to drink milk only because they don't have enough milk to feed all of them. Tuesday, the set of girls that drink milk on the Monday, they can't drink milk now. Tuesday, different set to drink milk. Man, come on. How much of milk do we have in so many? We can afford to do things like that. So 2025, our community is going to sponsor that ashram, 60 girls for 1 year. 1 year. This is a real life experience, and it takes very little to do that. It will happen very quickly. The other thing I like to do, when I looked at the condition of that ashram, the walls it need painting, so I think sometime next year, I will take 3 handymen to India. 3 handymen to India. We get one put up your hand here. Who know to paint, who know to brock, and who know to make. Cannot brock alone. You gotta know how to brock and make. Who know to paint, who know to brock and make, and who who understand how to deal with a situation like that. I would like to paint over the whole ashram, but of course, they have to pay their own passage. We'll find accommodation for them there. If we spend 1 week in that ashram, we will leave it clean, nice, tight. It's clean, but we leave it nicely painted, really nicely done up, and we can make over the beds. We can give them, they don't sleep with pillows. They just have a little sponge, whatever they call that, with a sheet, and that's it for them. So we can help them with some facilities there. 3 hardworking men, and I will supervise. Make sure that they're working very hard. And in 1 week, we can make sure that the ashram is equipped. They don't have things like night lights, and they don't have all of that. But you know what they have? These girls are so thankful. They're thankful. You give them a meal. They came and they hugged Panditji, thank you. And they prayed before they ate. And we were sharing, 2 of us were sharing because you sponsored the food. We were sharing. And when you share the rice and 1 curry, they'll be like, they will not touch the food unless you give them everything that they need. And they had kheer that day as well. So these are real life situations where we have to respond, and we have to respond well. But the point of that is that, going back to the book, the king did not accept the prasad from a poor man. We sometimes look at poor people, and we scorn them. We think that they're nothing. But the prasad of the Lord, he went back to his home, and what happened to his home? His wealth, his sons, they were all destroyed. And when everything was stolen from him, he says he was reminded about what he did. He went back to the place of the worship. He sat there and performed the puja with the poor man, with the milkman. And then his gains were given back to him. It is said here, Yaha idam kurute satyavratam paramadurlabham shrunotu cha katham punyam bhakti yuktam palapradam. Bhakti yuktam palapradam. Whoever performs this much difficult worship, Satyanarayan Puja is a beautiful puja. Whoever performs Satyanarayan Puja with devotion, they attain wealth and glory by the grace of Bhagwan Satyanarayan Swami. Dhanam dhanyadikam tasya bhavet satya prasadatah daridro labate vittam buddho muccheta bandhanat. The poor will get wealth. The bounds will attain freedom. The fear-stricken, they will become free from fear and enjoy pleasures, and then they will go to heavens. That is why people did this puja in their homes. How many people here do Satyanarayan Puja these days in your home? Right? People hardly do puja in their home anymore. These things are good. Your home houses God. It's called, you're a grihasta. Griha is your home, grihasta, you're housing God, the Lord says. Those who perform these pujas, they become free from fear. Iti va katitam vipra satyanarayana vratam yat kritva sarva dukkhodbhyo bhakto bhavati manava. Suji says that I have narrated this story of Satyanarayan by performance, one of which one becomes free from all miseries. The worship of Satyanarayan is especially fruitful in this age of Kali Yuga. He is known by different names, but he is the same Lord. Satyanarayanam kechit satyadevam tatha pare. Some call him Satyanarayan, some call him Satyadev, some call him Vishnu. In this age of Kali Yuga, he will appear in the guise of Satya, Narayana, and he will bless us with our desired fruits. Those who read or hear this katha of Satyanarayan, they become free from sins by the grace of the Lord Satyanarayan. He says, Suchi Maharaj, a narrator of this katha, is saying that I am narrating the position of those who have performed the religious vow, and I tell you that the first, the Shatanand, the beggar, he became Sudama through his prayers. And he attained liberation to Lord Krishna. The firewood seller, the Bhil, he became Guharaj, the king of the boatman, and he met Lord Rama in his next birth. The king Ulkamuk, he became Dashratha by the worship of Sri Ranganatha, and he went to the heavens. The religious merchant Sadhu became the truth-loving king Moradhwaja, and he offered himself to God. King Tungadhwaja, the last guy, the king, he became Swayambhu Manu by the worship of Narayan, and he attained heavens by the performance of such austerities. By praying to Lord Satyanarayan, we can transform. Just like scrap iron. When you throw out your scrap iron on the road, you see somebody come and put it in a truck and they're gone. And you know what they do? They melt it. They melt it and they make some nice thing and they come right and sell it back to you. You're buying your scrap iron transformed into something new, right? By somebody who knows how to use it. God is a tool. God is a transformer. Let us use the Lord to the best of our abilities and let us pray to Him. On this beautiful Kartik Purnima, I'd like to thank all of you for coming out. And over the past 3 days, we have read the 5 chapters of Satyanarayan Katha. And I pray that He bless all of you with health, wealth, happiness, prosperity, and all that you need. After this, I'm not going to come back and speak, so I'll finish my speech now. We'll do the Shringar and Prasad and thing. But I'd like to sincerely thank all of you. This is the last, I think, big event of the year. Next we have Kartik, we have Gita. In December we have Gita Jayanti happening. But I'd like to say a big thank you to our entire community. This year has been a very, very hard-working year, as all the years have been for our temple. And without your help, without your encouragement, but most importantly, without your love, we would not be able to do this. And of course, without your money. Things have been challenging for many families, especially families who, the middle-class family, as we call them. But you have not failed, never failed to help your temple. This is not a place where we only come and worship on Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays. This temple is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We are highly understaffed now, and we are working to fully staff up for next year. We'd like to have at least 4 full-time people, including pundits and musicians, to carry on the temple. Right now we have Bhaskar. And he's not even, he's a volunteer here. So that's why you'll find us Panashekars on vacation and so on. But we have to staff up next year to really make this work. And we're working on it. We have a couple of people we're applying for. So hopefully next year it will be a very big year. But for now, I just want to thank all of you on behalf of all of us for your support and for your love always. Secondly, it is more than a place of prayers. It's a place of relaxation, a place of fun, a place of learning. A lot of children and seniors learn something here when they come. So whatever you can do to help us financially in labor. A lot of people here can cut grass, because sometimes we think that we come in the temple, but the hardest has somebody who cut the grass. Or we have somebody taking out the garbage. We don't have paid staff here. We have all volunteers. Please come on out and do something. You don't have to ask permission to do anything. Come and cut the grass. Come and help us with the garbage. Come and help us sweep out. Tomorrow we have a big event here, full day, a community event. Temple has to be prepared. These are all things that we can do as volunteers. So thank you for a very, very beautiful year. And to all our lovely volunteers who have made this happen, thank you. Next year is going to be a very, very big year for us. And the Murti, I want you to know, is coming very, very soon. By April, it will be here. It will be assembled in the month of May and be ready for June for us to do the pujas, and by July we'll have the full opening of the Murti. You can't say I did not give you notice. It's going to be a very, very big celebration. We're planning lots of activities, like a grand opening. I mean a whole night of just rhythm for Bhagwan Shivji. A next night for dances for him. A next night for singing for him. And before that we'll have the pujas, and of course a whole day for the politicians to give speech. When all the good thing done. You understand? So grand celebrations next year. We do have to raise a little bit more money because we thought that we could do certain things, but you know, our volunteers are limited with certain resources and so on. So we'll get to that next year, but for now it's going to be a huge year next year. I am so fascinated about the Shivji Murti, but I'm extremely fascinated about the Shivji Lingam that is coming. This thing is one of its kind, the only one that is built like this in the world. 9.5 feet height, one face with a special, you will see it. So we have to now rethink of how we present this lingam to our community. You just can't, put them there. So that is taking a little bit of a time and so on, but it is going to be a really, really exciting and beautiful time next year. I'm so excited, and I know you are as well. So be prepared for that. Let's roll up our sleeves. In mid-December, I'm calling on all the volunteers to come out. I'm presenting them a plan for next year. I would like all the volunteers to come out in the middle of December when we send out the notice and see what we have planned and how you can help us make it happen and what else we can do. So thank you so much. And we have... Today, among the many things we're celebrating, I'd like to wish my dad happy birthday in heaven. Today is his birthday, and he died many years ago. And I know his Atma has attained Mukti. So, happy birthday, Dad, and wish you all the best on your very special day. Today as well, we did Ganga Puja. This Murti was brought in our temple by Auntie Kamal and Mahendra and his family. We'd like to thank her very much for being a Shrota today and for fulfilling her obligation to Ma Ganga. Please give her a big hand, everybody. May Bhagwan Satyanarayan and Ma Ganga bless her in abundance for her love for the divine. Today as well is our dear sister Asha Tilak's birthday. Please give her a big round of applause. Asha is no stranger to most of you, certainly not to me and to our temple. She has known me the longest, I think, here in Canada. I am very close to her family, as our family is to hers. And we're so happy that she could be here today to celebrate with us. She has started this whole decor thing in our temple. Before time, I was a decor guy. But that meant, you put some apple around Shivji and a couple flowers and throw some chandan. And people used to like it. But now we have really elevated this whole presentation of our decor. She's a very busy person, but behind the scenes does a lot of work for her. She had a lot of losses this year. With gains comes losses. She has a very, very big family. And when we have big families, we're going to have big celebrations and we're going to have big losses. And as much as we grieve with her for her losses, with her cousins and so on, and so many close people that went away, more losses will come. That is inevitable. We must never fail to celebrate the good times that we can enjoy. And today, my dear brother Dave is here along with my goddaughter as well, who I think is downstairs, practicing for Ram Leela to celebrate. Dave is here with Asha to celebrate her very, very special day. Asha, happy birthday to you on behalf of all of us at BSM, and we wish you nothing but the best. And of course, I spoke to Auntie Data today, and her special request is for us to sing the Hanumanji Chalisa for Asha, which we will do now, and then we will ask the Bhagwan's blessings to her. Oh, you have something? All the children are downstairs for Ram Leela. Our temple is usually filled with all of them, but they're downstairs. They have abandoned me today, but they are preparing for Ram Leela, which I think we are going to Ottawa. Most of us are going to Ottawa next week, but their love is always here. Let's sing Hanumanji Chalisa. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj Nij Man Mukur Sudhar Barno Raghuvar Bimal Jasu Jodayak Phalchar Buddhihin Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मुहि हरहु क्लेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तीनों लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमत निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा हाथ भद्र और ध्वजा विराजे कान्हे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही संभाई सहस बदन तुम्हरो यश गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित यम कुबेर दिगपाल जाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाए राज पर दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरी मुख माही जल दिलांगी गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे थे राम तुम्हारे तुम रखवारे होत न क्या बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे
सब पीरा जपत निरंतर
हनुमत वीरा संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे तासु अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुवरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्त न डरहि हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की जो शत बार बात कर कोई जो कही बंदी महासुख हो जो यह पर हनुमान चालीसा होई सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जयनाथ हृदय महाधेरा की जयनाथ हृदय महाधेरा पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय में बसहूं सुरभूप बोले पवन सुत हनुमान की सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय हैप्पी बर्थडे आशा प्लीज क्लैप फॉर हर and Sita, if you can bring flowers on behalf of myself and family, we'd like to present a nice bouquet of flowers to Asha, and I think her other friends have some flowers to present as well. The decor team has flowers as well to present. These are a few members of the decor team who work very hard, but they only work very hard during times like this. After this, you don't see them back, which is good because that's all we need from them. Very nice. Thank you, Asha. As you know, Baito. No hurry. If you're coming to the temple for the first time, I usually don't talk this long. So you can come back the next time again. Don't be afraid. It's just, we have 2 chapters and lots of preparations. Satyanarayan Bhagwan looks so handsome. Anyways, today we are also celebrating my sister's birthday, my blood sister. Tomorrow is her birthday, November 16th. So today, it is auspicious day of Kartik Purnima for Bhagwan Satyanarayan and Ma Ganga. She thought it's best to get the blessings and to give gratitude and thanks to Bhagwanji for many years of life and many more years of life to come. We are very strong people. We have come from very strong parents. My mother is a very strong lady, and her daughters are very powerful people. Nandi and I grew up together. We are the youngest in the family. She's older than me, obviously. And, we know so much about each other. Lived in the same house, slept in the same room with our mother. So this time in her life, when she's not so well, it pains all of us to watch her life. But she, as much as it's paining people's lives, she has embraced her illness and has not sought out for pity at all. She didn't, I know how many sad days and dark days or gray days she has had, but among all those things, depression, sadness, gray days which many have told her she will never see, she's still seeing. And among all of that, she still sits here today celebrating her birthday in front of the Lord. Today, many of us are here to celebrate with her and to wish her well, of course. We know that through her prayers and our prayers, she will live for many more years of quality life. Nothing happens, Many of you will know that, and she shared her story with everyone. They did not give her so much time to live. They did not. When she was first diagnosed, they treated her as though she has very little time to live. Everybody knows this. And because she exceeded that time now, they're trying to play catch up. This is the system that we're dealing with in this country, but this is the system we have to live with. But she has outlived whatever their expectations were, and she's still fighting. Today we are here to celebrate with her and to thank God for blessing her with so many more opportunities that she has in life. I love her so much as she loves me, and I know all of you, of course, love her as much as she loves you. Today she has by her side her lovely husband, who is a God walking on this earth. And she has her children who are always very supportive to her. May Bhagwan continue to bless her with her family, with good health, long life, and the happiness she truly deserves. We all love you, Nandi, and truly pray for your well-being. And I know prayers are one thing, but the faith that you have in your prayers are an amazing one. Let's sing this beautiful song for my sister as we celebrate her birthday. And after this, we'll have the darshan of God, Prasad and Arti.
साची ज्योति वाली माता तेरी जय जयकार, तेरी जय जयकार, तेरी जय जयकार। तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरवाली, You've called me शेरवाली, huh? मैं आया शेरवाली, and I've come on this day as she has come to see you. हो जोत वालिए पहारा वालिए ओ मेहरा वालिए. She's called Pahara Wali because she's a daughter of a mountain. She's a daughter of a mountain, which means she has to reflect her father's strength of a mountain. May she bless my sister with this much of strength to stand tall and firm. तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरवालिए, मैं आया शेरवालिए. हो तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरवालिए, मैं आया शेरवालिए. हो जोता वालिए पहरा वालिए ओ मेहरा वालिए. तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरवालिए, मैं आया शेरवालिए. सारा जग है एक बंजारा, सारा जग है एक बंजारा. सबकी मंजिल तेरा द्वारा, सबकी मंजिल तेरा द्वारा. ऊंचे पर्वत लंबा रास्ता, ऊंचे पर्वत लंबा रास्ता, पर मैं रह ना पाया शेरवालिए. तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरवालिए. हो मैं आया शेरवालिए. सूने मन में जल गई बाती, सूने मन में जल गई बाती. तेरे पथ में मिल गए साथी, तेरे पथ में मिल गए साथी. मोह खोलूं क्या तुझसे मांगू, मोह खोलूं क्या तुझसे मांगू. बिन मांगे सब पाया शेरवालिए, शेरवालिए. हो मैं आया शेरवालिए. तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरवालिए. हो जोता वालिए पहारा वालिए ओ मेहरा वालिए. तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरवालिए, मैं आया शेरवालिए. मैं आया शेरवालिए, मैं आया शेरवालिए. बोले जगदम्बिका माता की. Happy birthday to you, Nandi. Long life and happiness. Wish you lots of love and blessings.
Om Mahagange Namaha. Let's Shrotas bring the Prasad. Jai Ma, 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 Jai 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 Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma,
Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma,
Jai Jai Ma,
Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, 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 Jai Ma,
जय जय नारायण नारायण हरि हरि जय जय नारायण हरि हरि स्वामी नारायण नारायण हरि हरि
स्वामी नारायण नारायण हरि जय जय नारायण नारायण हरि हरि स्वामी नारायण नारायण हरि हरि जय जय नारायण नारायण हरि हरि स्वामी नारायण नारायण हरि हरि
जय जय नारायण नारायण हरि 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 ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण जय जय नारायण नारायण हरि हरि जय जय नारायण नारायण हरि हरि स्वामी नारायण नारायण हरि हरि
स्वामी नारायण नारायण हरि हरि
तेरे लीला सबसे न्यारी न्यारी हरि हरि तेरे लीला सबसे न्यारी न्यारी हरि हरि तेरे महिमा तेरे महिमा महिमा प्रभु है प्यारी प्यारी हरि हरि जय जय नारायण नारायण हरि हरि जय जय नारायण हरि हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो
नारायण
नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण शांताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। बोले सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय, सत्यनारायण स्वामी की, सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय। Bhagwan Satyanarayan looks so beautiful. This is the first year actually we have him here. He used to be on the altar at the back there. So it's a little different. He looks so beautiful, handsome, and I gotta get it right. Okay, we don't have a long time more. You'll offer Prasad now. You'll go to ladies first, Gangama, and offer Prasad. We have two lines, one that way, the other this way, and then you come out of the middle. So let's try to make it work. We don't talk in the temple, so after that you'll have a lot of time downstairs to eat and talk. And then after, when you finish there, you can come over Satyanarayan Bhagwan's, offer Prasad here. We'll try to have enough volunteers to help you. In the meantime, those who want to sing bhajans, please do, to carry the satsang going. Bole Ganga Mata ki, Satyanarayan Bhagwan ki, Jai Ho.
मैया ओ गंगा मैया, मैया ओ गंगा मैया, मैया ओ गंगा मैया.
Also, because of the number of people and what we have happening at the altar, we just ask that you go to Gangama and come back and go to Satyanarayan and then sit down. We'll do Aarti afterwards. There's a lot happening on the altar, so it will take a lot of time and clashing of people and so on. So go to Ma Ganga, maybe Shivji, then come back here and then sit down. Thank you.
मैया ओ गंगा मैया, मैया ओ गंगा मैया, मैया ओ गंगा मैया, मैया ओ गंगा मैया, ओ गंगा मैया ने जब तक पे पानी रहे मेरे सजना केशव माधव जय देव मधुसूदन केशव माधव जय देव मधुसूदन केशव माधव जय देव
Excuse me, everybody. Can we keep less talking in the temple, please? Please, less talking in the temple, please.